My name's Dave. This is my third installment, this third bra I'm making. I made one in 2013, 2015, and I actually made this a year ago. I wanted to be like the first. I'm always in the back in the corner. I'm like the last person on the thing, so I wanted to be up front this time on one of the tables. So I had to get it in early. I still haven't sponsored myself, but I haven't got my sponsor, but it's going to be soon, so we'll be on the front table somewhere. The first bra that I made was a welded bra, and I made it because my boss asked me to make some kind of a bra, and I was like, well, for what, breast cancer. And I welded the spoons together, and it looked really nice. It was good. The girls added some bling to it, which was really nice. And the second one, they said, well, how come you can't make it wearable? So I made a second wearable one, and I used chain mail to hold it together in little pieces. And that was nice, and it was pretty, and people wore it, and it just looked good, but it had no message. And I decided as I was making this, it should have a message. So as you can see, the two breasts, this breast over here is called Beauty and the Beast. Beauty being the right breast, and the Beast being the left breast. On the bottom it says checked and unchecked, and there's an arrow, a broken line showing that this side is deteriorating a little bit because the flowers are all gone. This side has the nice flowers, and if you notice on this side, all the flowers are in really nice shape and they're arranged and they look beautiful. And then you come over here and you see that these are sort of got some black in them, and the lymph nodes, breast cancer follows up into the body, goes up into the lymph nodes, and you can see that the red ones are swollen and the green ones are good. So, and that's how they signify them on the videos to show. Even though breast cancer is not pink, these aren't pink, they show them as pink, that's why. This is sort of modeled after my wife. My wife has a double mastectomy because she had a cancer cell right here on the breast, on the inside of this breast. And doctors decided that it was so close to the other breast that they should just remove both breasts, and then they did an augmentation, it was done. But she did lose a lot of lymph nodes up here. I think she lost 18, don't get me wrong, I'm not a doctor, but I think she lost 18 over here. And you can see how the breast cancer is it's still beautiful, but it's starting to deteriorate all the flowers and the pieces of the petals, and you can see where it's starting to deteriorate these, and little bit by little, and it's not something that just snaps you right in the face. It doesn't slap you, it sort of just creeps up on you. And you know what, my wife, she'd been checked every year, and on 1 year she didn't get checked, she just bypassed it. And the next year she had, I think, 2 1mm cells, or maybe a 2mm cell on the inside over here. And whether or not they would have found it earlier, it's only a year, but in a year a lot can happen. And so, she always tells everybody, don't, if you're going, just go. You have to go. And I never told anybody, but I had 2 cysts on mine. And they sent me to like one of these places for the mammogram. And I was sitting there, I was almost in tears. I was just sitting there looking at the women, she's looking at me, and I'm like, I heard it hurts, I heard it's gonna hurt, And I walked inside, and I says, am I getting a mammogram? She goes, nah, you're too small, we're gonna give you a sonogram. I said, does that hurt? She goes, no. I said, okay, I'll take it, So I ended up getting a sonogram. So, I don't know, I've never had one. I hear they're uncomfortable. But you know what? This is more uncomfortable that my wife has to wear, things that she didn't have to wear before, and the cancer just sort of destroys everything. And she's back, her hair's back, and it's beautiful, and she's happy. She knows that she went through it. She's like an 11-year survivor, I think now, maybe even more. And my sister had lymphoma cancer. I had prostate cancer. My mother had some kind of cancer. My father had it's all over. And I'm clean, my sister's clean, my wife's clean, my mother's clean. So we're all good. Not too much else, except this is not the mannequin. This is going to be on. The first time I built it on this mannequin, the welded one. I ended up cutting it in little pieces because it didn't fit. So we're not going to do that this time. I used a regular bra, and I just went to the dollar thrift store, not the thrift store, the church thrift stores, and for $1 you pick them up, for $2 pick them up. They're in nice shape, and they're even wearable, I guess. I have to be careful saying that because last time I said that, everybody says, you tried it on, you wore it? I said, no, I didn't try it on, I'm just saying it was wearable. It's not going to fit me, look at me. I'm like, but I just did a couple of staples back here for anybody that wants to do one. I just bought the bra, and then what I did was these are big soup ladles in the front. And then I just made the roses, and then I just positioned them on at the distance of these breasts. But I don't know if it's going to be the same on the other mannequin. But anyway, one way or the other, it's going to fit. We'll make it fit. It'll come. And that's pretty much it.
And who else is making bras in your family?
My sister, she's making a bra with her husband and my wife. So they're all going to get. My wife says her claim to fame is she has 0 talent. My sister has 0 talent, except she knits and crochets and does that kind of stuff. And I said, that's a talent, it's something you do. And my brother-in-law's a woodworker. So between the three of them, they're going to get together and they're going to make one. I said, you guaranteeing me? Yes. My daughter is a full body artist. She's a tattoo artist. She works a CNC machine. She works for a cake company that manufactures and designs cakes for like these big giant cakes. And when she told the woman about it, she's going to paint. My daughter's probably going to paint it because she's an artist. I don't know if I'm saying she is, but I think she is. And the woman that owns the cake company wants to, get some information because she wants to make them out of cake. And I was like, they don't exactly, but it's not cake that's going to, stay. She has to put it in a bag. You have to tell, you got to talk to her.
No cake.
Because, she has fondants, I think it's called, and they last a long time. But I said, you know what? I said, you give these in June, but they're not shown till the next March. So there's going to be a long period of time that these are going to be sitting around with cake on them. And I
No
don't think
cake.
that's
No cake.
well, you can tell her that.
I'll tell her.
She's going to call you. And that's pretty much it. I hope to do them forever. I mean, I really have a good time doing them, and it's people are coming up and asking all the time. I drive with this in my car, and I'm going, and people stop me, laughing. I'm not like, what? You don't even think about it any longer, It's like, what are you laughing at, And they're going, you look over there, she is sitting in the seat next to me with a seatbelt on,